Welcome to the AFR Saints channel, where we provide you daily content on your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to leave your comments below and smash that like button. Who dat? No secret that the Saints are looking for help on the defensive line, and they might have just helped themselves in undrafted free agency. A guy that college football fans in the SEC should know very well because he's been in the SEC since 2018. It's Trajan Jeffcoat, who played at Missouri and, of course, finished his career last year with the Arkansas Razorbacks, which played in Tiger Stadium. Trajan Jeffcoat's good enough to join us as we start the show today. Trajan, thanks for the time, man. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Thanks for having me.
Man, it's our pleasure. Hey, one of the things I always find interesting when I have a chance to talk to guys that signed as UDFAs is their process, like in round 7 and then when the undrafted free agency period happens, because as I understand it, man, that's a flurry. Like you got 10, 15 minutes to make a decision. So if you would, man, just let's start there and walk us through that process. Like as you're going through round 7, how did that process unfold for you then when the draft ended and ultimately you became a Saint?
Yeah, so the process was pretty hard. Definitely not hearing my name called through the draft. So I definitely just kept praying through it all. Right after the draft, I spoke to the Saints, and I'm just glad to be here. Just glad that they gave me an opportunity. But definitely a chip on my shoulder, and I just thank God for it.
I mean, were there teams that were calling you day 3 about the possibility of drafting you?
Yes, the Tennessee Titans. They reached out. I was thinking they were going to draft me, but unfortunately they didn't. But just got to keep moving forward.
You know, there's an interesting part of that, though, Trajan, where some guys will say, look, the benefit of being a UDFA as opposed to being maybe a late day three pick is you get to pick your destination, right? Like you get to choose. So what was it? Let me go back. What was your pre-draft conversations, if any, with the New Orleans Saints?
Oh, I definitely met with them on Pro Day. We definitely watched some film and just enjoyed speaking to them, just getting to know me, giving me conductive criticism, and also sharing with me things that I do well. So I definitely was always in contact with the Saints. So I definitely, it's not far-fetched that I signed with the Saints because I just love the culture. Louisiana, this was my first time coming out here, but I hear a lot about it.
Okay.
I'm from South Carolina, so I hear a lot of things about Louisiana.
Well, your story is interesting because you're from Columbia and
Yes, sir.
Then went to Como, the other Columbia, Missouri, and then went to Arkansas. You bounced. The fact that you never made it to New Orleans is a little odd. I know you've been to Baton Rouge. We'll talk about that in just a smidge. Trajan Jeffcoat's with us, Saints defensive lineman. Let's go back to the decision. How many teams called you once the draft ended and offered you the opportunity to sign as an undrafted free agent?
To be honest, the only 3 were the Falcons, Titans, and the Saints.
Oh, you made a good choice.
Yes, sir.
Cannot go to the Falcons. I refuse to allow that to happen. If you don't know that already, you will. Hey, by the way, did you grow up? I wanted to ask you, being from Columbia, South Carolina, did you grow up a Carolina Panthers fan?
Yes, sir. I was a big Carolina Panthers fan growing up.
Cam? You had to be a Cam guy, right?
Yes, sir.
So, did you hate the Saints?
No, I didn't hate them. Hopefully, Carolina Panthers will always beat y'all every year.
Hey, it
at
ain't,
the time. That's how I thought at the time.
More, brother. It ain't y'all no more. I mean, you're officially wearing the colors, man.
Yes, sir. I'm officially wearing the colors. So, yes, my loyalty stays with the Saints. So
I love it, man. That's so good. I'm curious. So you had those 3 options: Falcons, Titans. Yes, you said almost drafted you, and then New Orleans. So why did you pick New Orleans?
Definitely. I felt like New Orleans were the most genuine, honestly, out of the 3. And I just felt like it was it. Prayed on it. I definitely landed in a great spot, so I'm just fortunate.
Trajan Jeffcoat's with us here, Saints free agent signee there at defensive end. Your career is so interesting, man, because you used the redshirt year in 2019. You had the COVID year as well. So you ended up spending 6 years in college. If I had told you when you signed with Missouri coming out of Columbia, South Carolina in 2018 that you were going to spend 6 years in college, like what would 18-year-old Trajan Jeffcoat have thought about that?
Oh, I definitely want to see that come at all. But that goes back to saying that you never know what God has planned for you. So definitely, our plans is a whole nother way, and God chooses a whole nother route. But I'm definitely very fortunate of everything I learned throughout the time. A lot of setbacks, a lot of come ups. So it definitely makes a man stronger. So I thank God for putting me through all of that, so I can learn what it is and what it's not. So I'm thankful for that.
I remember. Look, you've been around the league for a long time, so obviously a lot of people here I think are very familiar with you and your career. And I remember you did take that redshirt year in 2019 where you stepped away from football, then you came back and were all SEC in 2020 there at Missouri. What that year away, what did that mean for you and your? I would assume that would be your personal development or for whatever reason. What did that 2019 year away from football mean and do for you?
It's so many areas that it helped me. Just taking a year off, but definitely throughout that time, it was just a lot of hard work, a lot of praying, just reflecting on my family, because I had a lot of things going on at the time. So just being away from football made me cherish football even more, I would say. So it definitely made me hungry. God definitely led me. I definitely dwelled in His place, just in prayer. And I feel like that really, really helped me. So just mentally, spiritually, physically, I feel like that did a whole transformation for me for that whole time out.
I don't think LSU fans are going to want me to ask this question, but what do you remember about that 2020 game against LSU there in Como in the COVID year?
Oh yeah, that was a crazy game. That was a very, very crazy game. I definitely will always remember that game, but. All I could do was explain it as being crazy. It was crazy.
Right. I can't believe I'm asking these questions, but I have to ask these questions. So you all won that game with a goal line stand when LSU was about to score to win the game. Put me in the huddle. Like, what do you remember about that sequence at the end of that game?
Oh, I remember our defensive coaches were just, y'all gotta pull your neck. Basically, we gotta put it all on the line. Like, we gotta crash out. We gotta do everything we can to win this game because we worked too hard to just lose. We were trying to make a big statement. And we definitely were talking to each other. We were like, let's go. We was encouraging each other. We was like, man, I don't care what's hurting. We got to get through it. So we definitely got through it. We definitely persevered. We just came up on top.
It's a painful memory to bring up right now, as a matter of fact. I really wish I hadn't asked you about that. But it's what it is. Hey, it's interesting, though. Like, everybody makes their own decision, right, with the portal and this whole era and why they leave. But I would imagine, and you went through a coaching change, right, from Barry Odom to Eli Drinkwitz. Then you went to Arkansas, where Barry Odom was the defensive coordinator. But I'm curious. I guess actually he'd already left. But I'm curious to watch the success Missouri had as a team this year after having been there for 5 years. Any regret leaving, considering they went on to go have a great season and win a New Year's Six Bowl?
No, sir, no regrets. I'm definitely satisfied with my decision, and just thank God for everything.
Tell me about what it was like playing with Mekhi Wingo.
Oh, Mekhi, dog. Mekhi Wingo, he a dog. That's my brother. Like, that's my brother right there. Like, he's a dog, and I love him. Like, he deserves so much. Like, he worked so hard, and I call him the chosen one because I just see how God just blessed him through everything. Like, he's definitely like favorite, and he's a great, great person and a phenomenal athlete as well.
A couple more minutes here with Trajan Jeffcoat, Missouri, then Arkansas, defensive lineman now with the New Orleans Saints. Hey, between now and mini camp and the start of training camp, what have the Saints coaches told you that they want you to work on?
Just definitely just flexibility, just being ready, just being in shape, and just getting back into football terminology, making sure it just refreshed in my brain to just go.
What is it like for you? I mean, is it working on your body right now? Are you doing football drills, things like that? What's a day like for you right now?
Definitely a lot, like yoga, just to stay flexible. Just doing different hip stretches, doing some outdoor work, from the bags, footwork, speed work, lifting. So just the basic things.
Yeah.
Just I'm doing to stay in shape and just staying ready.
You played in the East-West Shrine Bowl. What did that experience do for you or help you throughout this process?
Oh, that experience was great. Just getting in front of NFL coaches and just showing what I can do. And definitely just the whole experience itself, basically teaching us about the NFL beforehand. And just hearing a lot of players' testimony.
Yeah.
Hearing Steve Smith's testimony, he was there. He's a speaker. And just talking about everything that he went through to be the great athlete that he was. And just learning from him and just seeing how fortunate I am and my family is. Because there's a lot of kids out there that were born with unfortunate things, but God still has his hand on them. Just seeing them smile even through it all. Just seeing the children playing, like not letting their disability or anything hinder their happiness. So I definitely seen God in all of those kids. So it was a great experience for me.
It's awesome to hear, man. You got a pretty amazing story and a great spirit about you, man. It's I appreciate you taking a couple of minutes to chat with us, man. We'll let you go and wish you all the luck in the world when you get down to New Orleans, man. Make sure you get some good food, but not too much good food. You gotta stay flexible and get around the end. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.